Welcome my friends to yet another episode where we will once again look into the errors, faults and glitches that loiter about our video games. And the topic of today, well, we will be diving into the world of Super Smash Bros. With Super Smash Bros. Melee. This is cartridge tilting and glitches. If you wander towards the versus mode for a multiplayer battle, then opt for any of the following options. A selection screen pops up awaiting you to choose your character, where not only can you choose from a roster of 25 individuals to take into the arenas, but you can also plump for various colours of outfit by pressing Y, Z or Z from a palette scheme normally consisting of around 4 or 5 options depending on the character. If two players are battling in a melee, both of you of course can be the same player, but the game will never allow the foes to have the same colour of costume. Until you apply this nifty little move, that is. So, if both of you want to be Peach and Green, then player 1 must choose the green option and have Peach selected and ready for battling by pressing A, while player 2 must simply hover over Peach but must make sure she is in pink. Next, and at the exact same time, player 1 needs to hit B to deselect Peach, while player 2 must press Z or Z to move on to the next colour, which in this case would normally be purple since green is already occupied. However, if timed correctly, both characters should now be in green and you can head off into battle. In Melee's predecessor Super Smash Bros, you could stack green and red shells within the training mode, essentially helping glitchers to send their enemy's damage bar hurtling towards 999%. However, Melee's training mode does not allow this, as the shells will now spread and separate rather than stack. But if you use the stage of Green Greens with the character of Ness, here should guide him to the left where some star blocks are constantly piling up. If you enable Ness to smash upon these, you can create a horizontal row of 3 star blocks at the bottom. From here you should position yourself on the central block. This will cause the boxes to stack at either side of you, encasing you within. Now select Star, then opt for the red shells from the items box and proceed to select them, effectively stacking them one on top of the other. Next, re-enter the game and use Ness's PK Fire by pressing forward and B. The game will glitch, causing the music to crash briefly, while your damage meter soars up to an incredible 999%. From the main menu, the Versus mode plus Melee options are required again, and all 4 player slots need to be filled with the exact same character. For this, I am using Peach. There must also be 2 controllers plugged in, and if you don't have a third or fourth, it doesn't particularly matter, just use the CPUs to cover the other players. Then, in the top left corner, change the option for Melee to a team battle and make sure all the players are in the same team. But since we now have 4 players all in red, we can now not move on to the stage select screen. So, instead, with player 1's controller, go and rest over the back tab, and the other player should enter upon the character name and hover over the name entry slot. Then, at the same time, A must be pressed down on both controllers together. Done correctly, the arena screen should pop up. From here, pick any level, enter upon it, where you will immediately notice that one of the Peaches is completely black. This is due to the fact that the game normally dishes out 3 different, though similar shades of the pink dress. Though since we have broken the rules by allowing 4 players to be on the exact same team, the game simply adds an unilluminated version of Peach's character. Next up is the shrinking glitch. To set about this, firstly 2 players are required and the versus mode is needed, followed by a visit to the custom rules option where the time limit should be set to endless, and under the item switch tab, turn all the items off, plus make sure that no accessories even enter any of the battles by choosing none. Save here, then head for the special melee to a heading of slow-mo melee. Within the character selection, make sure that one of you is Yoshi and the other player should pick Kirby. Then finally opt for the final destination arena. Not all the options above are necessary, but these will make it easier to achieving this glitch. Upon battle start, use Kirby and approach Yoshi and vacuum him up by using B. Then, quickly spin the analog stick in a circular motion to allow Kirby to steal Yoshi's ability. Once Yoshi has popped out, use Kirby again, suck up Yoshi once more, and then just as he has done so, the player controlling Yoshi should quickly mash all the buttons plus spin the analog stick as quickly as they possibly can. If you have pulled this off, at first you may not notice anything, but repeating this exact process over and over again will cause Yoshi to shrink in size. So much so you can actually get him down to no more than a single pixel. Now try battling against that. To finish up this first instalment, we will look upon the legendary Master Hand trick, and is no doubt one of the most recognised glitches that can be performed, and there are several ways into tackling it, but we will achieve it in what I see as being the easiest route, and is actually not too far off a routine of a glitch we performed earlier. So first off, one controller must be placed in port 1, while a second should be in port 3. Next, head to the Versus mode, melee option, and select a character with player 1 and rest P1's hand icon over the back tab in the top right corner. With the second controller, swipe over the characters but don't choose one, and instead return to the respective empty player 3's box. Then click on the name box and position P3's hand over the name entry field, where now, just like in the glitch earlier, A must be pressed on both controllers at the same time. If you have pulled this off correctly, the game will whisk you off to the Arena Select screen, where it is now advised to pick between the Final Destination and Battlefield maps, where upon entering either choice the incredible Master Hand will be ready for battle. If the hand wins, which of course it will, the game will freeze and your GameCube controller will endlessly rumble. Well, that is until you reset the console, of course. Coming soon on Cartridge Tilting and Glitches.